Do I have everything set up? Oh shit! I need the live streaming part. Give me a second here. Give me a second. Gotta make sure I have that for Periscope and YouTube. Give me a second. There we go. Choose being saved, all saved. Great, we are set. And let's go ahead and start up those streams. And I think should say yes, we are live. Okay, let's get that chat up and let's move that around so I can see it. I'll have another setup over here so I could I don't have to look up to see chat. And then I could share a screen on Zoom so people on Zoom don't have to look at YouTube. Some things we have to work around, but we'll work around them. All right, so those that don't know, I also do open topics every once in a while. Hi Ryan, how you doing? Oops, open topic here. So you can come on in, talk about any topic you want to talk about. It's been a while. I haven't seen you since last year. I can't hear you. I still can't hear you.
Yeah, man.
There you go. I hear you.
You're echoing, brother.
I am? Test.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, I am. Why am I echoing?
Dunno.
That doesn't make any sense.
So it's coming through that I'm echoing as well.
I don't have it echoing. Here, give me
it's coming through on YouTube that it's echoing.
Yeah, there does seem to be some echo going on here. Let me see. Don't know what is going on here. Testing. No, I don't hear an echo. Here, let me double check.
No, it must be me, man. No, it's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, man. It's been a while.
Always blaming me for your problems, Ryan. Come on.
Shirley doesn't hear an echo, so.
Okay. All right.
How was your Christmas?
It was good. It's for kids, but I really don't like celebrating holidays. Holidays equals holy days, but holy days from which group? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I know exactly what you mean. Just let me.
Shirley, you should come on in here.
Turn that around a bit. Yeah, man, I know exactly what you mean. Mine was very quiet. I went out to lunch with my brother and his girlfriend on Christmas Eve, and I cooked dinner and I chipped the tooth, see?
Yeah.
So I look like Stevie.
How'd you chip that tooth? From eating? Or did
No, I was get this. I was trying to open a packet of croutons and I just sort of pulled on it and the tooth just went phew. And I'm just like, spider. Got to kill the spider before it kills me. But yeah, so I got to go to the dentist and get it fixed. So that was my merry kiss my ass from the world. So bastards.
Yeah. Goodness gracious, you need to drink more milk or something. Strengthen those bones. Because, I mean, how do you chip a tooth from opening a box of croutons?
I'm getting old, dude.
What are you, 40?
Yeah, I turned 40 this year.
Yeah, that's right. Or last year.
Last year, I should say. Yeah. I got old.
Don't remind me. I turned 40 too. We're both 40s.
Yeah, man. It's fucking scary. But at least you're married and got kids and all that type of shit. I've never done all that.
It's never too late.
I don't want.
You can find someone to start churning them out.
Fuck, no way, no way, brother. It's too late.
It's never too late. Watch, I'll talk with you next New Year's, and I'll see like a little Ryan running around.
No, you won't see a little ranger running around me. No little rangers. It's yeah, no.
So wait, how many siblings do you have? Just your brother?
Yeah, just my brother.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and he doesn't have any kids either. So,
younger brother or older?
Older. Yeah. So it's just hasn't been a thing for my family for my brother and myself to have kids.
You have a small family, so your parents have any like how many cousins you have and stuff like that?
On my dad's side, I have 5 cousins. On my mum's side, I have 6.
That's not bad. Still a big family.
Yeah, but I don't see them, so
yeah.
I see one. I see one every now and again, but the rest I don't see or have any real contact with. So having people on Facebook doesn't count as having.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I would agree. I don't think I've really chatted on anyone on Facebook, like just posts or replies, for maybe 6 months or more. That's since someone called the FBI on me, and obviously that went okay because nothing happened. I just wish I could find my back scratcher.
Yeah, fucking cowards, dude.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's what it was. It wasn't me. I could tell you that now. It wasn't me. You're not worth the long distance phone call.
Oh, thanks a lot. That just makes me feel happy all over.
I mean, I probably could have got a free phone call to the FBI through Skype, but, you know, who knows?
Yeah. Plus,
I don't trust authorities anyway.
What? Blasphemy.
No, I don't trust authorities as far as I can throw them.
You know, with that bad back, Ryan, you shouldn't be throwing anybody.
Corrupt motherfuckers.
What quote is that from? How good are your movie trivia skills?
I don't know.
First Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Except your name isn't Ed. It's Ryan. Gosh.
Yeah, see. The only real quote that I use is "fat bastard" from Austin Powers.
Well, it's not even the original Austin Powers. It's Austin Powers 2. No.
Yeah, I know. He's in 3 as well. Get in my belly. I want to eat the baby. Because I'm a redhead and fat, so yeah, I get. Oh, look, I've even got a fat bastard. Get in my belly. So, if I was to go to like a convention, that's what I would go as, fat bastard. Get a white polo shirt with a sort of a yellow, black trim sort of sweatshirt and a kilt. But have the kilt not under my belly, but over the top of my belly.
Was there a fat bastard mini me?
No, I don't think there was.
Oh,
I think he just wanted to eat the baby.
no, just eat the baby.
Yeah.
Well, there goes that
Man,
idea.
if I had the confidence of Fat Bastard, I mean, just the way that he thinks he's like hot and
Hey, and you know, women, was it on all those little I don't know what they call it, the men trainers, dating trainers, you know, it's all about confidence. Exude confidence, Ryan.
get
You
fucked.
could be a sexy beast, and ladies would be coming over and going.
It's all about
"Ooh."
money. It's all about money, my friend.
No, it's all about state of mind, in my opinion. If your
No.
state of mind is ready for it, women will see it, and once you see the signs, and it's seriously.
I think it depends what country you live in as well.
Yeah, you kind of have to go with the if you want to go through the ABCs, you have to go through the cultural norms, and that's
Mm.
you know we're not the cultural norms of society, you and I. So
Oh no.
there's a little bit of difficulty, but the good thing about that is when you find the person that we really get along well with, they're not going to be the following the cultural norms, at least not in private, right? So
Yeah, I thought I found that last year, but it didn't happen. So she turned out to be a fucking idiot. So
I'm sorry.
yeah, told me a whole heap of bullshit. And anyway, but yeah, here it's different, dude. Here it's, I mean, my generation was fed you could have whatever you want and don't settle for second best. And yeah, being overweight. I mean, and this is the thing, and this is the huge thing that I see, and it sort of fucking aggravates me to no end, is you rarely see a thin woman, like thin, attractive woman, going out with a fat dude. But you'll see a thin, attractive man going out with a fat chick. You know, and then women complain that it's not about body size and stuff like that, which is full of shit. I mean,
Well, people have different values. People have
Australian values are fucked, dude, when it comes to relationships. Like, I see people bitching on Facebook about not being able to find a partner, and you know, they're in their late 20s. And
is it like it's both female and male that are complaining in Australia, or is it just one
mainly female, mainly females.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's been a big thing that there's not enough suitable men in Australia for women. It's like, well, depends what you mean by suitable. You know what I mean? It's if you're thinking, you know, 6-figure salary, owns their own apartment, drives an expensive European car, then, you know, of course, you're not going to find that person. You're rarely going to find that person if that's what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're looking for someone that'll make you happy, and if money makes you happy, then no wonder you're single. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, even still, just people that I see that go out on dates and stuff to bitch and moan about people, you know, not being the one. It's like, you went out once. I mean,
how much can you know about a person with one date?
Exactly. And I had this one person complain that the dude didn't pay for her meal, so she wouldn't go back out with him. It's like, is that your fucking standard? Like, as long as he pays for your meal, he's good looking and he pays for your meal, that's your minimum standard. I mean, that's fucked.
Well, yeah. Shirley says she finished watching Game of Thrones. She loves it.
Yeah, Told ya. Told you should watch it.
What did I watch? I finished watching The Expanse with my wife. It's good if you like sci-fi. I'd
Not
say
really.
it's one of the best that I've seen in a while. Do you like scary movies, thrillers, suspense?
Yeah, they're not bad. They're not bad, but I don't get scared by them.
Yeah, I don't either. What I thought was good is on Netflix, there's a show called Bird Box.
Watched it.
Oh, you watched it? What'd you think?
Yeah. If you suffer from a mental illness, then no. ARS, no. If you suffer from suicidal tendencies, then no.
I'll just be sure to stay away from you. I don't want you to open my eyes.
Yeah. If that's the sort of thing that sort of affects you, then you shouldn't watch it. But other than that, I thought it was really good.
I mean, what? Like, they didn't specify. I know. Sorry, spoilers. If you haven't watched it, maybe stop listening. But they didn't specify. They just say crazy. You know, if you're crazy, you're not affected. But in the in the killing way, you're affected in another way. But they don't really specify. Like, there's so many different mental conditions that which one, where's that bar? But anyways, I always wondered, because they did the technological view. I mean, for example, the guy did the drawings, once he saw the right one in his mind or something. But like, no, it's weird because he wasn't crazy. No, I don't know, not crazy. The guy who had those drawings, he was normal, right? He didn't have the crazy eyes. So, oh no, I did the whatever. He didn't have the crazy eyes when he got in the house, and then he was going through. But does that mean he saw the things outside?
Mm-hmm.
But then, so if he saw it,
there were two types of people.
Yeah.
So there were the ones that would hurt themselves, and then there were the ones that would go around and try and convince other people to look. But
I may have to watch it again, because I thought when he first went in the house he was normal, but maybe not. Maybe I missed that part.
No, he was going from house to house trying to find people. He was already consumed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was already
that makes
consumed.
more sense.
Yeah, so he was already consumed by it. Sort of like there was another time that they did, like the guys that when it was the black guy, Sandra Bullock's character, and the two kids were at the house, and those others turned up. They were like him. So there was two types of infection.
Yeah, I knew that. I just wasn't sure. I thought the guy turned into one of those people once he started drawing the entities. But I guess no, that wasn't it. But I always wondered, like, if is it if you see the details, like if those blindfolds aren't going to block everything out. It's like 8-bit version of what you might see. So, like, I always wondered if they use like a very pixelated, blurry, version of cameras, so they can't make out the details of what they see. Would that be okay? So
yeah, I'm not 100% sure why I guess if you can't see the in-depth detail of it, then you're not going to be affected by it. You know what I mean? But I mean, you look at the guy in the river. He's another example of a dude that was affected by it, but not really didn't hurt himself. The guy in the river. Yep. So I thought the ending was a bit weak. But that's just me.
Because it's the same thing. They could be flying right outside. You only have mostly the tree shrubbery as cover and the birds to tell you that they're coming. So you're just happening to look out and you see part of it. I mean, the whole premise is just the idea that you can't see what you can't use your eyes to see and stuff like that. And it's
I just it was just a little bit weak.
Yeah.
And then what happened to the two that ran off?
Yeah. I don't think anyone cared. They're just kind of assholes for leaving everybody without a car.
Yeah, I mean, they were part of the story, I guess.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to see them die.
You're so mean.
As soon as the dude looked at her sideways, you knew that they were going to get it on.
Yeah,
it was just so obvious.
Yeah, but it's pretty popular. I think they said the first week they had like 63 million views. People watching the movie, so Netflix is gonna get pretty big.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
And I don't generally like Sandra Bullock movies. I think she can be quite a shitty actor at times.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this character she did really well.
Yeah, she did a good job. And I mean, they had a pretty decent cast. They had oh gosh, why do I always forget this guy's name? He usually plays the crazy angry guy. He played the guy with the shotgun.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, the old dude, the bald dude.
Why can't I remember his name?
What's his name? Look it up.
It's like Inside the Mind of. There's a movie with the. There's a movie with. I can't even forget. I can't remember the other actor's name. John Cusack, and he's. Gosh. John Cusack in the mind. Being John Malkovich. John Malkovich. He was in the movie. That's pretty good cast. So I don't know. Me and my wife enjoyed it. I think I enjoy it watching with my wife because she gets very tense in like horror.
There was an Australian in it, Jackie Weaver, the old lady.
Oh, okay.
The one that stabs herself. She's an Australian. So
wait, she didn't stab herself. Oh yeah, she did. After she was forced to look.
Yeah, she was forced to look. So yeah, she was
They had the guy from Jurassic Park and Mr. Robot, the Asian guy.
There's always got to be a token Asian guy.
Oh yeah,
and 50% of them are gay.
You really counted 50%?
It's true. It's true. 50% of the Asians in movies are gay. It's a fact.
All right, I didn't see Crazy Rich Asians. Was there an Asian guy that was gay, or at least?
I don't know. Why would I want to watch a movie about Asians?
I don't know. I mean, obviously you're counting. Maybe you only watch movies with gay Asians in them, Ryan. I mean, that's okay if whichever way you roll. I'm just
technically they're movies, but we don't call them movies. But it was it was a very weird but interesting movie. Yeah. I got to say, watched it, and because the reason why I watched it, because a lot of the mental health pages on Facebook are like, if you got mental health issues, don't watch it.
Oh, really? You say that?
Yeah, and I'm like, fuck that. I'm watching it. If you're saying don't, it's like dangling a carrot in front of a horse. Don't eat it.
What they should have had would have been better. maybe it was in the book or something, but have two different sides for mental health, right? If you're diagnosed with mental disorder this, then yeah, then you got mental disorder this, then you're kind of immune to everything, and you can also help stop it. I think that would be good. That would add
Yeah,
a different dynamic to it as well.
yeah. I think that just the fact that it, like the premise that it actually causes you to self-harm and shows how to self-harm. I think there's a difference between saying, and we had this instance on my Facebook group where you can talk about it, but don't talk about how you can do it. Don't show instruction. And this shows instruction on how to do it. So there's, I think I counted maybe 6 times where you can actually count how to do it. So
it felt like more than 6, but I guess they didn't show a lot of it. A lot of what's happening in the background.
Yeah. But like when the sister got out of the car, you know what I mean? It's sort of like, and then step backwards. That's one. And when Sandra was struggling to get inside the house and the wife came out to help and the wife hopped in the car, that's 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, that's when mental health and all that type of stuff, they talk about things like that. They're talking about like showing people how to do it, and the outcome of it. You know what I mean? So,
the thing I don't get is they showed on TV during the onset of the mass hysteria of people running, committing suicide, etc., because of the entities. Not one of those live feeds showed one of those entities so people watching would see it and start going crazy. You know what I'm talking about? Because
but you can't. Yeah, like the gay Asian dude, he saw it through
his
the monitor.
Yeah,
but I don't think. Yeah, that's weird. That's very weird.
I mean,
it's not like the entity would stand behind the presenter again.
Yeah. But
like that,
they
know what I mean?
If people are running, that means there's stuff happening behind them. Therefore, it's probably the entities behind them. They could catch it on fire.
But you can't see the entities.
Yeah, I know. Until you do see it. But it'll catch it on camera, obviously. Or you can't see it on camera, but you can still see the entity through the camera feed. You know what I mean? So they can record.
But they never show from the point of view of what people like. They say some things, like what they're seeing, but you don't actually see what they're seeing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's like me sitting here going, "Oh wow, I've got to do that," and then bam, I'm dead.
Yeah. You know what would be an awesome thing if they could pull it off is if they have it so you can actually see the entities if you watch the movie with 3D glasses or something, or polarized glasses.
That'd be awesome.
And so you can actually see things where they barely missed seeing the entities or what they're seeing. I think that'd be kind of cool. That way you'd watch it twice.
Is that technology available though?
I think they can manage it. Yeah, I mean,
because that would be fucking awesome. Like, especially when she's like towards the end where she's running through the forest or the whatever it is, and you see all the leaves kicking up.
Yeah, it
would be good to sort of like sit there with glasses on and see these entities sort of flying through the air, and then you put shit, they're not there, they're there. Shit, they're not there, they're there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think they could pull it off, but I think they'd have to use something like 3D glasses or something else like that to do it.
Yeah. That would be awesome. That would be good. You're right.
Yeah.
Because you'd be tripping the fuck out. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So, but have you watched the TV series Making a Murderer?
Mm-mm.
You should watch that.
That doesn't sound very fun. It's like,
Dude, it's corruption 101, dude.
oh, wait, who made this series?
So basically what it is this guy, he gets 18 years for a sexual assault that he didn't commit.
Ooh.
And 10 years into his sentence, DNA test showed that he wasn't the person. But the cop who was in the investigation, and the cop that was the same cop who took the phone call, didn't pass the message on.
Mm-hmm.
So he spent another 8 years in prison.
Wow.
And then he got released. And before his time was up, he got released. And because it was found out that he wasn't the right person. And then he was framed for a murder of this 25-year-old woman. And yeah, it's just comical, dude. It's so bad. Like the errors that the police made, just the cover up was really badly done. You know, things like they searched this one area one day, like forensically searched this area, and then decided to go back 5 days later. Oh, look, we found bones of the deceased woman. What? Like, how can you forensically examine for 2 days this one area and not find anything, then come back 5 days later and do it again and find not just a small amount of bones, big chunks of bones?
Mm-hmm.
Did a search of his house, of his room, and the same thing. Did a search, turned up nothing, came back, did a search again, found a car key, open, just on the floor. It's like,
Excuse me.
it's just bullshit, dude. It's just complete bullshit. And yeah, and then they coerced his nephew into confessing, which is messed up because he was 16 at the time. And so they locked his nephew up for 41 years for the sexual assault and murder of this woman. And just the way that they went about it was just fucking corrupt as fuck. And these same police officers that put him in prison for the rape of the first, like the first account, weren't supposed to have. They were supposed to have absolutely nothing to do with the case of the murder of this woman, but their hands are all over it, absolutely all over it. So, it's just, and that, like, they go through, and the first series is just about how they go through and convict him. And now they've got lawyers. So they had Brendan, which is the nephew, has separate lawyers to Stephen, which is the uncle, which is the guy who was locked up previously. And yeah, you can just smell the corruption.
So we're the police, their hands all over it. Were they?
Yeah.
Did they figure out that they're the ones that did the assault, sexual assault, or something? Or,
no, the first sexual assault was done by some other dude.
Okay, so the cops were just covering it up
Wrong.
and framing someone else for it.
No, because back in those days they didn't have DNA testing, so they couldn't. They just went on what this person looked like.
Oh, okay.
And
So
Stephen Avery looked like this guy. Like he looks like him, but with long blonde hair, facial hair, and all this other type of stuff.
yeah.
And they jailed him, thinking that they've got him.
So the police weren't willfully trying to frame someone. They were just
not in the first, not for that sexual assault. No.
Oh, okay.
They thought they had the right person, but they didn't. And then it came out 10 years later with DNA testing of that case that Stephen Avery wasn't the guy who sexually assaulted this woman. And that they already had the DNA of this guy on record. So they found out exactly who it was.
Yeah. And
instead of this police officer who was heavily involved in the arrest and conviction of Stephen for this sexual assault, instead of speaking up and saying, hey, look, we fucked up, he didn't say anything. He didn't tell anyone.
No.
He just kept it quiet.
Yeah.
So, and he stayed in prison for another 7 or 8 years because this one police officer didn't say anything.
Did the person who get released get compensated? Did the policeman get?
He got very little money.
Oh.
He got very little money.
Was this all in the United States?
Yeah, in Wisconsin.
Okay.
In Wisconsin, and the DA that was in charge of the murder case, corrupt as fuck. He was fucking hopeless. He was so bad.
He's probably a senator right now, huh?
No, he resigned after having sexual texts with an underage person.
Oh, yeah, sounds like the typical.
So he's one of those. He's one of those people.
I was just thinking earlier this year is like, suppose aliens came down, whatever entities, and they go, we're passing judgment whether to see humans are worthy. I want you to send one representative human race, and we shall see. So who do we send down as our representative of the human race? Hillary Clinton? And how do we go about that process?
Go back. They will just want to kill you. Go back. Go back. That's what I would say. They just want to exploit you for your minerals and oil and shit like that. Don't fucking don't. That's what I would say. Go back. Don't land here. It's fucked.
No, but seriously, who would we choose and how would we choose?
Noam Chomsky. Noam Chomsky. Who else? Jill Stein. What's his name?
But how do you get people
Cornell West?
But how do you get people to stand behind that, saying, okay?
DeGrasse Tyson.
Old man from Scene 24 goes, Dennis Rodman, of course.
Yeah. Of course, Dennis Rodman. And then you'd say Kim Jong-un. You would send up examples of what humans should be and send up examples of what humans shouldn't be.
So
you would send up Donald Trump as someone who the world shouldn't be. Kim Jong-un, someone you shouldn't be. So
basically every world leader.
Oh, there are some good world leaders. I don't think
really?
Merkel is as bad as what they make her out to be.
Yeah.
I think she's done more to stem the tide of the world hemorrhaging into a world war than what most people think she's done. So
I guess I feel like World War.
She's not perfect. She's far from perfect. But if we're looking from a political standpoint, I mean, and any politician that's been in charge in the Scandinavian countries, I mean, they seem to be happy. healthy.
I guess so. I wonder if they stay out of wars and whatnot. And
Yeah, they just keep to themselves and keep developing more and more Lego sets. You know what I mean? It's sort of like building more Volvos. I don't
isn't
know.
that Volkswagen? That's German.
That's German.
Yeah. And Volkswagen had gone through a scandal too, so
Yeah, they've gone through plenty of scandals.
yeah.
They went through the Hitler scandal, where Hitler told them to make an affordable car, and they employed Porsche to come over and design a car, and they designed the Beetle.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did the EPA scandal, exhaust scandal on diesel cars.
Yeah. James Manitalk says Aquaman. We would send Aquaman over to be our representative.
I'd want a real superhero. Aquaman's not a real superhero.
Oh my goodness. Oh, we're going to that, huh? So you want Ben Affleck? Is that who you want?
I want Michael Keating Batman.
Well, I don't know. Christian Bale.
Definitely.
I like Christian Bale as Batman. Oh,
Val
no,
Kilmer.
not Val Kilmer.
No,
I don't know. I don't know who is worse between Val Kilmer or George Clooney. I don't know which one.
I love Michael Keating Batman. He was awesome because it was the first Batman movie, like of that time. Yeah,
there's a previous Batman movie with the guy who was a little bit more.
It was the biggest one that I know of.
Was it Adam West? They made a movie with Adam West, didn't they?
That's the old Batman. I'm talking about new age Batman.
Well,
that's old age Batman.
I don't know, 85. That's pretty old. That's like 35 years ago. 37.
Yeah, 30, man.
34. It's a long time.
It's fucking ages ago.
Yeah.
Who else would I send up there? You can't send a fictional character up there.
Why? They could just play the fictional character. We could send Superman up there, and
it's
Superman.
Could you imagine if Christopher Reeve was still alive, sending him up there in his wheelchair? I am Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't think that would work. What else?
Should we even send any actors up there or actresses? I don't think.
No,
that'd be a good idea.
Actually, I probably would send Winona Ryder up there. She's a bit of a fruitcake, but I watched her in Stranger Things. Yeah. She did all right in that.
She's a good actress, but I mean,
she's a bit of fruitcakey.
Yeah,
a bit Fruit Loopy.
She might steal a couple of like merchandise.
Yeah,
on her way back.
She might steal a few plasma guns or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, if that were Einstein was still alive, I'd send him up.
Now that I'm doing a little bit more math stuff, I don't know about Einstein. I think he fit the model for the current system, but
his personal life isn't that great.
Wasn't he like a womanizer?
Mm-hmm.
I heard about that.
Cheated on his wife and kids.
You just need hair like Albert Einstein, and you're good to go.
Ryan. Told his wife to accept his lady friend, younger lady friend.
Wasn't that just the thing back then? I mean, yeah. Harems, second wives, mistresses, and all that stuff.
Then.
Yeah, back then.
Have second wives. You couldn't have second wives back then.
The Mormons.
Yeah, but the Mormons don't count.
Let's see. Well, you know what's funny? They don't update a lot of the states' ages. You know how there's like state laws where you can marry someone who's like 14 as long as like the judge or something, and a guardian approves or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem to make any sense.
Well, there was a political party a while ago that was trying to reduce the minimum age, the consent to 12 to have sex, and the married age to 14 or something. That's fucked up, man.
There was actually a party. What was the party? I'm gonna look it up.
I can't remember. I think it was the sex party or something like that. I'm not shitting you. There was a sex party. They've just changed their name. But there was a party that was trying to decrease the minimum age, because the legal age of consent in Australia to have sex is 16. So,
I don't even know.
And we have laws in Australia that says even Australian citizens aren't allowed to travel outside the country. They're not allowed to travel outside the country to have sex with people under the age of 16 because of the Southeast Asian sex trade in pedophile trade. So they introduced laws back in the when did they introduce them? Early noughties. So it prevented, because what was happening was guys would traveling to Thailand and the Philippines and stuff like that to have sex with kids, and the Australian government couldn't do anything about it. So then they introduced laws to say, hey, look, if you're an Australian citizen and you travel outside the country, but you engage in sexual acts with underage, children, basically children under the age of 16, then you can be charged with child sex offences.
Wow. Can't find it, but I'm looking at the age of consent of different states. It's what? History of California laws. The age of consent at the time applying only when the girl is the younger party was 10 when California introduced its penal code in 1850. In 1889, the age of consent was raised to 14. In 1897, 10. I know.
The fuck?
That is crazy. I'm looking at other stuff. Dang, California.
Yeah, 16.
Let's see. Okay, here's history of Georgia laws. In 1894, the Georgia Supreme Court reversed the conviction of a man convicted of raping a 10-year-old girl because the age of consent in Georgia was 10 at the time.
Yeah, but rape. What?
And the age of consent in Georgia would remain at 10 until 1918. And then it was raised to age of 14.
Jesus. How could even a 14-year-old, how can a 14-year-old say yay to an adult? You know what I mean? It's like the consequences.
How did we get on this topic? Let's go on to a different topic. I think that is as depressing. Not a good year. Not a good way to start out the new year, I guess. Old laws, pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
So at 17, just one last thing, in South Australia and Tasmania it's 17, and in every other state and territory it's 16. But yeah, watch Making a Murderer.
How many seasons? Do they? Is it like one season?
2.
They go through every episode for one person, or is like
Well,
every?
it's one case.
Okay.
Well, it's 2 cases. It's the guy who seems to be on the end of the corruption,
Yeah.
who is Stephen Avery. And I mean, they're not intellectuals by any stretch of the imagination, but it's it yeah, they really fucked this guy over really bad. So it's something that it's disturbing on how they really fucked this guy over, and he's still in prison to this day. It's not as if he's out. He's still in prison for something that he didn't do.
There's just only one season of this show.
2.
They
just released season 2.
Okay. Like on
So the first season it goes through his history and how corrupt the police are, and how the prosecutor, the guy who's prosecuting it, is a fucking scumbag liar. And then they go through the case of the murder of this woman and the evidence that was brought against him. And then in season 2, they talk to the lawyers who have taken up the challenge to get these 2 guys out of prison. So it's it's just so blatantly obvious, but the people who are obviously in charge don't want to have a bar of the truth. They think that's it, and just how poorly his defense team did, and the evidence that was covered up.
Yeah.
So, and that's what they do in season 2.
Okay. So each season is a case, one whole case.
It's the same case for 2 seasons.
Same case for 2 seasons. Holy smokes.
Yeah. It's just this one guy, how he was wrongly convicted of a sexual assault, and how prosecutors and the police were against him in the wrongful conviction of this guy.
So we're hoping the seasons don't last. Because if it's in its 8th season, that means he's been in jail or prison for 6 more years.
Yeah.
He didn't do. That's depressing.
Yeah. So it's a horrible, horrible situation, dude.
Yeah. It reminds me. There's this video. I guess I'll show a couple of videos later in the week. But how video games, or a lot of just anything through Hollywood, whether it's games or movies, that there's a sound designer that quit, and basically where they would get the recorded sounds is basically by poking at zoo animals, or just animals from farms or whatever, and that the sounds that monsters and dinosaurs or dragons and all that stuff that they make is just sounds of animals in distress or being killed, and sometimes they just reverse the sound. And so he's like, I can't keep doing this, so that's why he left. I'll show a video that I thought that was pretty interesting. Kind of reminds me of that. So when people find joy in movies and entertainment, and I do, and that sucks. But what people don't realize, all these sound effects and things like that, just like how we see like symbolism, or what Hollywood people do. Like, you could like a movie, and unfortunately, someone that the director or producer was like some rapist or pedophile and stuff like that. But like, you're enjoying just something that's had a lot of pain going through it. Sucks. How that is. And yeah.
I got it. Did you see the what do you call it? The news article on what China's doing to kids' uniforms?
Mm-mm.
They're putting microchips in their uniforms to track them.
Okay. That sounds like a great idea.
And it's like when they enter school, the microchip's got to match up with their fingerprint, so they can't pretend that they're not at school.
Great.
How fucking Orwellian is that?
It's pretty bad. Yeah. I feel like the U.S. is go, hey, look, China's doing this great thing. We should do that too.
Yeah. And they track the kids as well. Like they know when they're not at school, GPS tracking, and they know where they are as long as they've got their uniform on, of course.
I have a feeling kids will figure out a way to circumvent it. At least a few kids. So, hey, I have perfect attendance. What are you talking about? They just kind of cut off their uniform and gave it to like a friend, and then that friend would take the next day off, etc. You know, that's what I would do. Test it out. Because, I mean, why even? I mean, the teachers should know anyways. I mean. And, I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to figure out, hey, who's not going through the system correctly, you know? Because we need more workers, we need more slaves, and if you don't go to school and learn what we teach you, then well, who's gonna make the next iPhone for these wealthy American and Europeans type of thing?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just really Orwellian, you know. I mean, it's that goes beyond the bounds of
well, they're gonna do a lot more worse. It's weird. China, some places in Europe, they're just really fusioning technology into society. Like,
China's going to be microchipping, no doubt.
Yeah.
In 20 years, there's going to be China residents are going to have to get microchipped. I have no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Whether or not that's going to spark revolt in the people is yet to be seen. But
I know. It seems like the threshold for revolt is going lower and lower. It's like, oh, you mean they're taking more money away from you that you make every year? Oh, they're making more laws where you have to follow and you go to prison and you have to pay more fees. It's like, oh, they're doing this. It's like, yeah, I guess they're doing it. We're not going to do anything about it. It's like, I'm serious. It just keeps lower and lower. And the threshold is, okay, when does the bow break? And then, like the yellow vests, they go, oh, okay, they're actually angry about this. So let's just pull it back. We'll say, okay, we're going to do this still, but here, we'll let you have this. Or no, we'll let you have this until they calm down and they realize, okay, so that's the threshold. So we'll wait a while and then we'll lower the threshold again next year, the year after.
I think, and this is, I think governments love when bad things happen. I know it sounds shitty. I know it sounds like a pretty shitty thing to say. But, I mean, when things are going really, really well, do you think governments would be able to pass legislation, you know, clamping down on your internet usage and all that type of stuff? You know, or is it, do they say, oh, you know, this guy who shot 15 people was a terrorist and he used the internet. If we had these laws and were able to see what his internet interactions were about, you know, we would have been able to stop it. Therefore, we are going to introduce these laws that will clamp down on people's internet usage.
Also had the same point as me. Maybe as long as the bad things don't happen to them. I mean, you want it, so yeah, bad things that happen. There's distractions, but at least so nothing happens to you. So I mean, the the people in government that are in control of the legislative process, they're cowards. Once there's an uprising, they're like, get on a jet, let's fly over to our safety area until everything calms down, and I'm not going to even come to the office because people might be outside. You see certain Congress people, they don't even go to town halls anymore because they're afraid of what people will say. They'll just quietly, try to run for office the next time and just kind of clear the air. And that's why they got the biggest security forces. Politicians have the biggest security forces because
okay, I got another question for you.
All right,
Elizabeth Warren.
What about her?
What do you reckon about her pitch to become El Presidente?
Hillary Clinton's going to be running and she's going to win, unfortunately. So, I mean, they'll see how popular Elizabeth Warren is. The thing is, I think what Hillary Clinton needs to win the Democratic primary is to get someone who's left of her, so they can position that the people, whoever's left of Hillary Clinton, is bad for America in the Democratic Party, just like Bernie Sanders. And then so obviously you don't want Hillary Clinton being more liberal or leftist or progressive, whatever, and so she can assume the centrist position, and therefore you pretty much got two senators, Trump and Hillary. Although Trump, I don't know about Trump. He loves Israel, pulling back stuff on wars, but he's building up the biggest military ever. It's just weird. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve, which we won't know till all of it's played out. It's just he puts in a different swamp. He wants freedom, but then he just puts in that asshole that took down what's his name? The internet. I can't even remember his name. I've been out of politics for a while.
Yeah, me too. Oh, what's his name? I can see him right on.
I don't like the
big ass cheeky fucking grin on his face.
Yeah, he's
with
got
that
a
massive
funny
re-smug
name. Who is it, guys? You guys know, people who watch.
Fucking idiot. Destroyed the internet for America. What's his name?
Gosh, what's that guy's name?
For some reason, I keep thinking of Patel, but it's not Patel.
No, it's not Patel. Yeah, I think he is Indian, though, isn't he?
Yeah. It's a fucking douchebag. That's what he is.
FCC. He's the FCC guy. Come on. What's the guy's name? Ajit Pai. I didn't even have to look it up. I mean, I was looking, but I didn't find a name, but it came up.
Ajit Pai. Yeah. Sold out American internet.
Yeah.
To the highest bidder.
Just like how he.
Where did Trump put him? Did Trump?
Yeah, Trump put him
into the FCC role.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
yeah. So Trump strikes down TPP, which is great, but I have a feeling he's been saying we just need to negotiate so it's in our favor. So he's probably gonna put in another version of TPP, which is like TIPA or something like that. I mean, so far, a lot of countries who don't like TPP, New Zealand was the last one. They passed that they want to be a part of the TPP. So I have a bad feeling that Trump is gonna, say one thing, say everyone's saying, "Hey, see, he did this, that's good," and then a reversal. But some things that's not a reversal is building up the military, doing the bidding of Israel, and also probably Saudi Arabia. And yeah, he'll pull out of wars, whatever. But there's going to be another war he's going to send the troops to, because what's the point of building a bigger military if we're not going to use the military? So it's just weird. But I don't know. It's just, I don't get it. The people who are in the South that are Republican, who are just like either religious, they still like him, even though he's not of their religion. I mean, they're fooled again. The people who are, very Civil War era, Confederate libertarian types, they'll still go for Trump, even though he's a millionaire Yankee, right? He's not like a Southerner type of person, He's a Yankee, New Yorker, It's perplexing, but of course that's just the way people are hypnotized.
A fuckhead. He's a fuckhead.
Well, everyone that's in the political realm are that.
Yep. Yep. All right, man. I've got to fly. I've got to go and get dinner ready.
All right. Yeah, sounds good. And do some.
All right.
Snacking, some gaming, some working.
What are you playing?
Rainbow Six Siege again. I just pretty much play the old games. I haven't tried a new game in a long time.
Yeah, I was thinking about trying something new, but I don't know what to play.
Well, if you try something new, I'll try it. We could do a game session where we're trying out a new game at the same time.
Getting owned and shooting each other by mistake and stuff like that.
By mistake? Yeah, by mistake. It was a mistake, right?
By mistake.
It's like, who keeps shooting me in the leg? All right.
Oops, sorry, I slipped. All right. I'll catch you guys later.
See ya. Bye.
See ya. Bye.